When I got hired on, I got my check number, went over to the mine, got my check number. He didn't ask me for an education because when I started back in the 50s, all you need was a weak mind and a strong back.
It was very nerve-wracking. Guys were scared, petrified. And you say, well, why did they do it? They done it because it was their job. They had a family to support.
When you got a family, you got to feed. No matter how sick or how hurt you are, there was no compensation, there was no welfare, so you had to go to work to put food on the table.
We don't care what church you go to on Sundays and that, and we don't care what the other color the other guy is, because after 15 minutes you're down there, we're all one color anyway, we're all black.
The very first day in the mine was in that mine that was 36 inches high. After the rest of the men went to work, the supervisor took me down by himself. And on the way into a section, he left me. He said, don't move. He said, I'll be back. Well, there's no way in this world I was going to move because I didn't know where I was at. And I was just sitting down, shining my light all over the place, just bewildered by what I was looking at.
I started in the mines at an early age. I was 18 then, but I worked in the bootleg mines. That's illegal mining, younger than that. But I started in number 4 mine and with my uncles and that, and they taught me everything.
I've been working underground for 32 years. I started back in 1965 at the age of 20 years old.
In 1967, that's when I went in the mine. I went in number 20 Colliery, and it's experience it's hard to explain. It's the greatest experience in one way, and everything is new, and you're going into a different environment, different role, and it could be very scary too, right?
When I started, when I went over to that wash house, and I would see these men undress, one leg, one arms, missing, fingers missing, in a little wash house, that's what scared me. I said, oh, Mother God Almighty, will I be like this? But I said, I got safety was, I got all my fingers and that, but accidents happen all the time. Even when back then when I started, there was a fella coming out and his foot got caught in bull wheel. There's no guard on it. And he pulled his leg right off and cut it right in two. And I remember a fella said, where's your pocket knife? Pocket knife. I said, yeah, here's your pocket knife. You go cut it off. And I had to cut the rest of the skin off and get the leg, get it there. But that's what I see in number 4 mine. That was something else. Well, that was way back in the 50s and that.
Well, the mine I worked in, as I said, was only 36 inches high. It was very low. You had to stoop all the way over to get to your place of work. Then when you got to your place of work, you were working on your hands and knees. The tools were primitive. The machinery was primitive. The way of hauling coal was primitive.
You finally realize why they call it the most dangerous occupation in the world once you get there, right? So you probably won't sleep that night when you go home. Or if you do go to sleep, you're going to have nightmares, you know? And you still, after all these years, you still dream a lot about the mine and have some crazy dreams, you know? And everybody goes through that, you know?